to my channel. Today I thought it would be really fun and cute and cozy to do a autumn reading vlog. I don't know about you, but I feel like my soul literally comes to life in autumn. I don't know how else to describe it. I just love all the vibes that come with autumn, and I feel like the books that you read in autumn are just so fun. I feel like they're very me coded. I love witches, I love vampires, I love werewolves, I love fantasy, I love dark academia. Like, I love all these genres that I just feel like I associate so heavily with fall. So enough of the rambling, let's go through all of the books that I want to get to in this video. First of all, we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I believe this is her first paranormal based romance. Honestly, it just sounds really interesting. It's a vampire and a werewolf and a sort of marriage of convenience. Like, literally, what more do we actually need? Then we have the Ex Hex by Erin Sterling. This is said to be a witchy rom-com, which I think is just like an easy, fun, light, seasonal read. She accidentally curses her ex, and then obviously they have to work together to kind of remove that curse. I'm not really one for second chance romances, but I can make an exception for fall. And then finally we have Belladonna by Adalyn Grace. Don't know too much about this book. I think she's immune to death, but I think death in this book is a personified being, and I think she can communicate and speak to him. I think there's kind of a mystery in this book that we follow as well. I'm gonna start off with Bride, but as we know, I did start Bride last autumn, and I did get all the way to, I will tell you because I remembered through memory. Oh, I got to chapter 11, page 142. So I actually got kind of a decent way through this book, but honestly, I think what happened was I was kind of in a reading slump and nothing was really hitting for me. So I thought, okay, I'll pick this book up, but I kind of just wasn't focused on it. I wasn't zoned in, and I wasn't really grasping what we kind of learn at the start. And I do feel like at the start of this book it's slightly confusing because we're kind of introduced to lots of terms and things in this world that obviously aren't in this world. So you kind of need to be somewhat engaged with what's going on, and I feel like I just was not. It was just missing the mark with me, and I honestly think that was a me problem and not the book. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna stop where I am in this book. I'm gonna wait, literally wait a whole year. When it comes around to autumn again, I'm gonna pick this up, and hopefully I'm actually gonna be zoning in on the story and I can give it a proper and fair chance. So yeah, that is my little update on that. I'm gonna start reading from here, and I'll check in with you a bit later. Guys, what the heck is going on in the House of Commons? The scenes that I have just read, and we're not even, I mean, I'm a bit over halfway through the book now, but like what, like, I need to compose myself and my thoughts, to be honest, because I'm not like forming a fully coherent sentence. Stopped at chapter 18 right now. Has taken a direction and a turn that I did not quite anticipate. I was not familiar with Miss Ali Hazelwood's game, but like, yeah. All I can say is if it keeps going in this direction, I honestly might be flawed, because like, what more can, like, at this point happen? Okay, well, I'm just gonna put you back here for a sec. Aside from all the craziness that has just occurred in this time, I forgot to mention that her name is Misery, and I really love that. I don't know why, but I just feel like, of course her name is Misery. I actually quite like her, which I didn't really expect, because kind of in the first few chapters I was like, like, she's alright, like, I don't really know if she's gonna grow on me, because obviously she has this quite dull outlook on life, I would say. So I was like, I don't exactly know that she will be my favorite person to ever exist. Is she my favorite person to ever exist? Probably not, but like, in this book, I'm really liking her. I think she's funny. I think she has some pretty good inner thoughts. Some of the things she thinks are quite relatable. Yeah, I that was it. I forgot her name is Misery and I like it and I like her. I think what I am gonna do now is go and make myself some lunch because it is 12 o'clock and I'm getting kind of hungry. And then carry on reading some more because I honestly feel like I could finish this book today. Besides the fact that Ali Hazelwood has literally put crack in her writing because it's just so fun and easy to consume. I kind of want to see if I can finish this potentially. I feel like that's quite ambitious, but also me having already a head start in reading almost 150 pages, I don't have as much to get through and I'm not really learning all the new like terms and things. Yeah, I feel like it's been very fast paced, very easy to get into it. Okay, I'm gonna go make myself some lunch now and I'll see you after that. I'm back and now I'm actually really so close to the end, so I definitely want to try and finish this. But I do just want to talk about some of the things that I've kind of been reading. Obviously non-spoiler, like this whole vlog is spoiler free. I have just learned about knotting, which if you've read the book, obviously you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't really feel like I want to explain. As it goes, I haven't read a book that involves werewolves other than Twilight. And I read the Twilight series back when I was 10 or 11. So obviously it's been quite a while since I've read about stuff like that. And obviously I believe like in each book, I guess there's like different things and there's different, I guess from world to world in each book, like it can differ. But also there are some things in books that lap over and cross over. Either way, I have learned a lot of things about the wolves and vampires in this world, which I do feel like has been interesting at times and somewhat educational. At other times, I feel like slightly traumatizing and maybe more about wolves than I will ever need to know and hopefully will forget over time. But it still is really fun to read, so I can't quite fault Ali Hazelwood because I mean I'm still having a really good time. Another thing that I really like about this book is the fact that I don't really want to show you a spoiler, so I'm gonna go in at the start. If you can see that, at the start of every chapter we have his point of view in like a few sentences or a sentence or whatever, and I really like it. I feel like it's really refreshing to kind of see his point of view, especially the further along in the book as you get. Like you want to know his thoughts. Like I feel like that's a universal thing, like you just want to know sometimes what people are thinking, and we do get that in this book. I appreciate that it's not like dual point of view because I don't feel like we necessarily need that much input from him, because from the dialogue and actions that we see, we kind of definitely make our own assumptions. It's quite clear. Okay, this is like way too low. Is this better? This camera placement is not my best work, but I finished Bride. Ended off at like a sort of cliffhanger, so there's gonna be a second book, and I actually think on the day of me filming this, it's October 7th, and I'm pretty sure the sequel to this book is out now, like literally today. And I think it's called Mate. I know who it's gonna involve, and that's very exciting, and I definitely need to now go and pick it up because I really enjoyed this book. Certain things, like I said, I know too much about, but other than that, like the mystery was very engaging. And I don't know if I mentioned, this is actually the first Ali Hazelwood book that I've ever read. I know that she usually writes contemporary romances, so this is obviously very different for her. I kind of want to pick up more of her work and see how they compare. I mean, I know they'll be really different, but I did really fly through this. I don't know yet what I would rate it. Maybe like a 3.75 or a 4-star, but I'd have to sit on it and think on it because that's usually how I rate my books. Like either I have this innate feeling and I know, and that's usually if it's like a 5-star or something. If I'm really thinking about it all the time, then I know that it's something that I definitely enjoyed and love and should rate highly. But I would definitely still recommend this book. Yeah, I mean, it's perfect for this time of the year. And now we can go on to reading the Ex Hex, because this is the next book that I want to read, and then I want to do Belladonna last. Really good progress for me because I'm really behind on like my reading schedule and all the things I wanted to read this year, and I feel like October time is my worst time. Like I have so many books that I always want to get to in this month just because I love like associations, like the things I associate with fall. Anyways, I digress. I'm gonna go and make myself a coffee before I dive into this book, just because I feel like I've been reading for a long time now. I need a little pick-me-up, you know? I need to kind of like rejuvenate a little bit. So that's what we're gonna go do. Guys, I haven't even actually started reading the book yet, but the first sentence in this book is never mix vodka with witchcraft. Tell me that doesn't make you want to keep reading. I already love the vibes. I'm really excited for this one. Okay guys, something really annoying just happened. If you just saw the footage that I just put in, basically the whole time I was filming today, it has been in slow motion, and I don't know why and I don't know how. I've just fixed it now, luckily, but yeah, that's really not great. So you didn't really get to hear my thoughts, but basically, to summarize, I have now finished the Ex Hex and I thought it was really good. I thought it was a cozy seasonal read. It's perfect for the autumn time. It's like a Hallmark autumnal movie, if there ever was such a thing. And one of my key like thoughts, very like witty British humor, slightly sarcastic. It's very, very British, so I thought that was funny like at some certain points when I was reading it. And yeah, I did enjoy it. I think it was exactly what I was hoping for and what I knew going into it, so I would recommend it. Moving on though, I have now read some of Belladonna. I'm 100 pages in. I am on chapter 13. So I've still got a big chunk of this book left, but yeah, I just wanted to read a little bit of it today because I've been really excited. What I did say before I was cut off, camera also did run out of charge, so I was cut off by my camera when I was filming this part, but then to go back over the footage and realize that everything was in slow motion, you can't hear anything I'm saying. It's just like a B-roll of like slow motion. Before I was cut off, I was saying that when I read the first few chapters of this, I was thinking that I didn't think I was going to enjoy it because it is a YA book and it is marketed that way, and I did know that going into this, but obviously I bought this a few years ago when I didn't really know my kind of reading taste. I was just picking like books up based on recommendations. Now, typically YA is something I don't really reach for because I just feel like I don't really relate to it anymore, which isn't to say like, because obviously I read fantasy. Do I relate to that? No. Like, I'm not out here with dragons and witches and werewolves and vampires every day. At the same time, the writing is very much more towards adults, and there's like adult things that happen, whether that's grief or loss or drama, relationships, I don't know. So I was thinking when I first started reading this that probably not going to be up my street, but now having read the last couple of chapters, I've gotten a lot more kind of intrigued in this plot, because I know that it's mainly based around this mystery that Belladonna, her name is? No, Signa, her name is Signa. Belladonna are the berries, which figure out the significance of that if you read it. I don't want to like spoil it too much, but she is immune to death, but death in this book is a personified being that she can communicate and see. She just can't die. So now her and death are kind of working together to uncover this kind of mystery that's going on. She's realizing as you're reading, so it's very interesting. And I'm actually quite liking it. Very haunted Halloween-y vibes. The gothic aspect in this is very fun. I've not really read a book with gothic vibes, and I feel like something that I probably need to read more of because I think I'll really enjoy it. And I quite like Death. He's an intriguing character in this book. We're off to a good start. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen, and I'll update you when I get somewhere further, and hopefully this whole sequence that I filmed is not in slow motion. Okay, the story is getting really interesting now. I'm like really close to the end. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I'm excited to see how it's gonna end because like I think I know. I have theories, but they could be wrong. So it's like there's still a big chunk. I mean, comparison to the book there's not, but there's still quite a lot to like, there could be a lot said in here and it could change things. So. Guess who finished it? I loved this. Actually, a lot more than I was expecting. I thought I would think it was all right, but in actual fact, I loved it. Like, I was interested in the mystery element of this. I loved Adalyn Grace's writing. Like, it's so incredibly lush and such beautiful prose. Very fairy tale-like and also very reminiscent of Stephanie Garber. So I feel like if you like Stephanie Garber books, and you like gothic vibes in your fantasy books, then you should probably definitely pick this up because I feel like it's got that similar intriguing plot and fantasy whimsy kind of world. The only difference is this is more gothic. Okay, so be warned, it's like a bit darker in that sense. It's a little bit more eerie, but like the atmosphere in this is so good and it's so immersive. You really feel like you're stepping into that world and watching the gothic tale unfold in real time, which I absolutely love. I love when a book can transport you like that, and that's the reason I love to read. So if any book can do that for me, it's automatically. I will say something else that I wasn't expecting about this, but that I loved. It is set in the Victorian era, so you have that historical time period in the sense of attending high society events, tea parties and gossiping, masquerade balls, like all of that fun Gilded Age stuff, which I am personally really fascinated by, and I just love history anyways, so to read about it is really fun, and it definitely gives off like that slight, you know, if you like Bridgerton or Downton Abbey or anything like that, like I feel like you'd like this, but obviously mixed in with that mystery and darker gothic element, which, like I've been saying, I think I'm really a gothic girl, guys. This is like my first gothic-y inspired read, and oh, actually that's not true. That is not true because I've read Dracula. It's like the OG gothic book. I mean, what the hell? I completely forgot. But that was a monster of a book. It was a few years ago. I was in school, so definitely if you guys know any more books that give off those vibes, like please recommend them because I would love to read more. Another thing I want to say about this is I loved the characters in this. I loved the relationships that were formed, and not necessarily just like relationships, but also the friendships. I really appreciated it because in a lot of books you don't always get to focus on that aspect of the book, or like there's nothing that really revolves around it. I think it's just really nice to see, especially when it's formed when you least expect it. Also loved Death, who we know is a character in this, and I love how he uses his words to empower her. He kind of just like wants her to step into her power and embrace herself for who she is and not what she's meant to be, and I really appreciated that as well because I feel like it's really important for books that are especially YA. I just thought it was really nice to read about, and actually there was a lot of characters in this that I did like unexpectedly as well. I did not predict liking anyone. That's this reading vlog done. How successful of us. I feel like we've been really productive. We've done really well. I would recommend actually all three, but definitely keep in mind the different kind of elements that you're probably gonna see in here based on my kind of reviews, because I think it will definitely help depending on your taste and help you pick. If you like dark, slightly creepy, eerie, goth vibes, Belladonna. If you like a fun, short, light-hearted rom-com time the Ex Hex. And if you like werewolves and the Omegaverse and spicy scenes and tension and also some mystery, Bride is your girl. Thank you for watching this reading vlog. If you made it this far, you are a trooper, because it's just been a whole lot of me rambling, which I'm sure is interesting to nobody. But this was my first reading vlog, so I hope